Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're about to start our day here in our daily analysis and just wanted to come in. It's Friday, so let's just get this party started and focus. I mean, the market overall, took a big run yesterday and during the Globex session is retracing, pulling back. So we're about to go into the daily and the intraday analysis here. So just be patient, be disciplined. Let's put a couple of good trades on. It's Friday. We want to end the day on a positive note and go enjoy the rest of the week. Good luck, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Amir. Can you guys hear me? Doing an audio check. Okay, thank you, Amir. Appreciate it. Oh, you took this captain setup short? Okay. Good, good, good. Yeah, that's a decent one. I mean, definitely for 5 points plus a break even. Not a bad entry point. All right, so good morning, everybody, across the streams and also in the room. Good morning, Alex. Welcome to the room. Mike, good morning. All right, so we are going to start looking at the daily first and then start going from there. All right, so overall, we hit that middle of the range and we're basically oscillating back and forth below Globex. Globex started around the 12,900. Thank you, Randolph. Appreciate you. Let's get this party started, right? And prices, if we continue to trade under that 900, we may get a deeper pullback during the day. And that deeper pullback can get us down to the 600s and into 541 and potentially have a bearish engulfing behavior, uh, basically covering all of yesterday's rally. Now, where would this have happened before that we could take a clue to what the market is ultimately trying to do. I mean, you see what happened right here. You see what happened during May the 4th, where the market ran up, May 5th, came back and reversed it completely. So the market has this type of personality going on a daily basis where you have that one day where everything looks like a complete and utter reversal, and the market is going to go to the highs and the bear market is over, and everybody starts smiling and counting their money on the long side. And then the day comes when all of that gets reversed. So I'm not saying that this is going to happen today, but what I'm going to say is I'm going to be watching for that. And ultimately, any bull conviction has to happen above 12,900. That's Globex. If we continue to trade throughout the day under that level, we're going to have some potentiality of that type of behavior repeating itself. That's the big picture. So let's assume that happened. Where would the targets be on a swing trade basis? We can get down to 280, 200, 12,000, then all the way back down to that target number two of this sequence, which is target number two. Then target number three would be 10,263. And I mean, when we start talking about numbers like that, kind of makes you weak in the knees, to be honest with you, because I mean, wow, can we get down there? I guess we can. I mean, we're going to watch price action and make sure that we are lined up on the right side of the market. But we are in that channel, and we are in a channel that is a short channel. And a complete reversal here can basically support the idea that we tested the top end of the channel. Now we are resuming the downward pressure. So that's the look on the daily. Okay, now at 20 NT Rinko. Okay, so we had this short channel yesterday that we broke, and now we're going to come in here and retest it in and around 12,600 potentially. So the 200 NT Rinko is short, but the cloud is a positive cloud. It tells me that there are some buyers in this market, and they were convincing yesterday, and that is the channel. So two things going to happen this morning. A potential run up to that, run down to 660, and a reversal to establish channel number two, and or a retest of a continuation of this and a retest of 12,600. So one of these things are going to happen. Okay, and we'll line ourselves on the right side of that market. The 200 NT Rinko is short, and actually the 100 NT Rinko just got short again with this retracement. Okay, so now the 200 and the 100 are in sync, right? They are in sync, and the market um, is produced. Now we're looking at the transitional zone, which is the behavior, and we're looking for an actual signal to get us in. Okay, so we defined the environment, we defined the behavior, and now we're looking for a signal. So the shorts need to protect 734. That's what they need to do. Good morning, Brian. How are you? Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Martin. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Omer. All right, we're about 3 minutes away from the cash market open. ES. I mean, you got a nice transitional zone that built in here, and another one here, another one here. So the three sequence consolidated, another fourth one, and now you're pushing lower. So the market is showing strength on the short side here. Okay. All right, and one more thing. Let's see here. Yesterday, here we go. Market is pushing lower. 2 minutes away from the cash market open. All right, so this is today's, and I don't have any trades, so we're going to start the day flat with no trades, and we'll start the day fresh, basically. All right, guys, let's get going here. Let's stay disciplined. Let's stay focused, and let's get it done. Good luck. But guess what? We don't need luck. We just got to do what we've always done. Yep, yep, yep. Well, I mean, that's just kind of a nice little punch down. Omer, did you stick around on this trade on that short, or just picked off some 5, 10 points and walked away? 10 points, okay, good, good deal. It was a good signal. I mean, it wasn't the only thing that I kind of had a issue with it is the fact that the 200 and the 100 were not in sync. Hey, good morning, GM. How are you? So we're getting a disconnect in the market right now between the 200 and the 100, and we are just basically waiting for two things to happen. One of them is either we punch back up into 720, and that will get the market in sync on the long side, or the market comes back down to 660 and it's going to be in sync on the short side. One of those two things are going to happen. It's the first few minutes of the market open, so it's just a function of me, just reading the market here. ES is flipping back up and showing A bit of reversal here. Yeah, they're gonna push the price a little bit upward here. So let them play. Let them expand the range. Let them trap few people here. And once we get to our levels that we want to see, then we have something actionable. Yeah, they're very close. 720, man. They came within one tick of it. Wow. I mean, a couple of points, excuse me, of the actual move. You break that 720. Yeah, we should see a push here. I'm thinking we're too close to. Yeah, here we go. Here it comes. Really? Wow. Here you go. Here you go. They're doing the chicken dance back and forth. It's the chicken dance, and now they're gonna take it out. You know, that's the part of waiting that I have to do. It's just you either get to that 20, so I could deal with you, or you keep doing this noise, and then that puts me in a position where I'm not acting. There's a 50 NT Rinko captain setup short that they put on at 695. That's actually a good one. Wow. Okay, so now we're in sync on the short side again. And what I have to do is against that 720, look for a new transitional zone to go short into. Yeah, the market is telling me that they had to break that 720. I mean, they had one, two, three times, three attempts at it and just could not do it. It's not 15 or 20. It's just I would say the first half an hour of the day is is the market trying to get in, opening the range, so you could know. There's a lot of trading system that will look at the first half an hour and consider that as a trading range and opening range. I saw that too, Omer. That was a good one, because it right here. Where is it? 85? Yeah, or 70? 72. 72? Wow. Yeah, 70. 70 right here. So they hit target number three and they did this number. And there was a captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko. And that's what Omer was talking about. Yeah, right here. That was a good one. So we're seeing some stuff here. Hey, good morning, Gary. Putting a cap and stop short. They put a cap and stop long and ran it up. Where they're building. Oh wow, how did I not see that one? Captain two, three, four, five. Yeah, they put a captain set up with a switch trade on the 30 NT Rinko. Here we go. The market is disconnected right now. All right, all right. So we're back in sync on the short side here. So let's see if we can get a trade going. Market is all right, let's see what we can do here. Wow. Yeah, yeah, yes, 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 yes. Shorts, shorts, shorts. So they ran, retested the top end of it, got into the entry point of the system, and boom, sold off. So that's a 5, and that's a 5. And where would that be? At 97. Okay. We're getting a push lower here. So the shorts are in charge. It's not even 15 minutes into the cash market open here. Yeah, good luck, GM. Yeah, I just want to spend some time and learn the price action for the day. There was a couple of good ones in here that were worth jumping into. And just I'm passing on them all and just spending some time with this price. And here you go. So they keep coming into the see. It's just the same behavior, right here and right here. Same exact behavior into the targets. So they're bouncing between targets and producing a declining price action. So now we're coming into a critical level in the sequence, and that critical level is the the prior channel, which was a downward channel, right here. That is the break that precipitated this huge run up. So now they're coming back all the way down to it, and the longs need to hold the line in and around this level. If we start failing below 580, then the whole structure is kind of null and void in a way. So right now and right here, the longs need to start to show up. I mean, ES and NQ are doing the same exact thing. So now we're having a disconnect in the market between the 200 and the 100, and two things need to happen again. I mean, three things. Either we run up anything short of 698, 698, anything short of that, and the market reverses, then that's a short signal. Or you could come in and break that 20, 620, and that will lead us to a continuation on the short side. Or we come back up to that 98 and close above it. And that will retest that prior channel and confirm channel number two on the long side. So that's an important level. Yeah, when is that split coming up on Amazon GM? Oh, okay. Couple of days. So at the top of the hour, we have ISM service PMI coming up at 9 o'clock in 9 minutes. And ISM services PMI is level of diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers, excluding the manufacturing industry. So that's the number, which is important. I think the market will behave on that number, or you'll have a bit of volatility on that. All right. I mean, you could tell that they're trying. You could literally tell that they are trying to stabilize this price action here. And I mean, they took it down to the tick, literally to the tick on that channel, and bounced it back up. So that's going to be an important level, and we just need to see how it will all play out. Like right here, I just simply need more information. One of those three scenarios need to actually happen, and then I can, assess risk and go in with a plan of how I'm gonna handle that trade. So let's get to that 98 and go from there, if that's what the market wants to do. Nice, 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 nice. All right, here we go. And that's how it's done. That's how it's done. And it's going to be, I mean, unless I get something else beautiful, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with 3 grand on 5 contracts and can I call it a day on a Friday? Ain't nothing wrong with that. So for the week, that I just kind of put things in perspective. All right, for the week, 31st is 3,100, 2,700 on the first, 1,400 yesterday. 3 grand is what you just saw. And that puts me for the week at 10,483. And we have 2.74, 76%. And what else we need to look at? I mean, almost about even on longs and shorts. 3.3 profit factor, 2.4, about almost even on the percent profitability. So consistent. It's just the way I like it. Ah, look at that. Those bastards. Look at that. Did you take that one, Brian? Brian Stone and Brian. Brian Bird and Brian No Mist. Okay, but at least it just it's important even if you don't take it. That's okay. Just understanding the logic behind it, so you could recognize it next time, and you say, okay, I've seen this before, and I know how to kind of play with that type of setup, and let's go. I got quiet, Mike. I got quiet and I focused on the price action. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the screen, you'll be able to see me getting in. I posted that order way ahead of time. Sandy, did I have a trade today? Yes. I mean, this is the trade of the day right here. I didn't get the short. I went on the long side right here. I got in right here and sold off in multiple tranches, one here, and the rest of it all the way back up. So I got long, I added, sold, 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 sold. And in that sequence, we made 3,060. That was the trade of the day. That's the only trade of the day. I mean, that's just basically the only thing we've done so far. That's that trade right here, from average of 677 to 708. Yeah, see that sneaky little retest? That is a very no. I put on the trades. I talked through the logic, and then I put the orders in, and I got quiet, and I just needed to focus. So just keep your eye on the screen so you could see where these orders are being placed. We talked about how this level is a critical level, and how it's a, I mean, literally it couldn't have worked out any better, because they came in to the tick to that level and reversed it. So I was like, okay, well, now it's time to look for longs. We looked for the first dip into the middle of the range and placed our orders. We placed two orders, one at that order entry, and another one a little bit lower than that, just in case they flush it a little bit further. And then just kind of took it all the way up to the close of the candle and sold off. So that is the objective of a trade like that, is to capture a move and stay in it all the way into something that looks like this, where I could capture 100 or 200 points. The only issue that I had is it's my first trade, and second, it ran very quickly, so it's good for me to pocket some profit. And thirdly, this is not a very strong upward momentum here, so I needed to kind of be careful trying to hold on to this for too long. I mean, I may get back right in it, but here you go. So now we have channel number one and channel number two built up. So the longs literally have a line in the sand. It's 12,600. They have to protect that line with their life in order for their fortunes to look better throughout the day. They still have a whole lot of work to do, and that work needs to get them all the way up to 12,900. But right here is where they need to kind of like, all right, this is it. No more selling going on. I need to stop you from moving any further, and they need to stabilize it in and around these levels. I thought I had the mic on. Yeah, I needed a little bit better price action than this. That's a captain set up short, and they put on a reversal. I mean, it may still work out. I just yeah. Let's wait for this. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go and start waiting for the transitional zone. I'm gonna start taking the more conservative trades. I mean, if they put another captain set up short right here, I'm gonna go in. Come on, that can be really. It's noisy. That's fine. That's noisy. Okay, we're gonna stop. That's noisy. That's very noisy. All right, so the market is out of sync. So we're gonna leave this alone and wait for two things to happen. Either we come back down here to that 644 and we'll be in sync on the short side, or the market is going to go all the way back up to 722. Hey Martin, I just sent you a message. Yeah, take a look. All right, so here we go. We're disconnecting again. So what are we seeing? We're seeing a lot of noise in this area. They're fighting. They are fighting hard right here. So the approach I'm going to take in an environment that's doing this, I'm going to go on the conservative side of things. And what that means, I'm going to go and start looking for only transitional zone trades. And I'm going to try to hold on to them for a little bit longer. Okay. So what does that look like? I need uh, two things to happen. One of them is a close at 6:45. That will get me in sync. Then I'll start looking for the transitional zone trade. Second thing I'm going to look for, the market could run up to 700, and as long as they stay under 720 and then reverse, that will give me a second opportunity to go short. Third scenario is a run up to 722. At that point, you have a switch trade long, and the market can really put on a show on the upside. So one of those things is going to happen. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Really? I'm gonna flatten this trade. Just don't like the way it's moving. I mean, I should be expecting a bit more um, strength or more of a push here. I mean, they put on a captain setup, they fail it. They put another one and they fail it, and then they are just doing this kind of very noisy price action. Expectation versus what's happening is not there. So I will wait for another signal. If they put a captain setup here, I'll take it. If they put another transitional zone, I'll take it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. I'll go break even and I'll look for targets. Thank you. I will take it right here. All right. It's just you gotta work through the noise. And I think I'm a little bit too careful here. I think I'm just a little bit too careful because I mean this trade just needed to kind of work that angle with the range. That's the range trade. I mean, I could have selected to go into just transitional zone trades, which disqualified that trade from being there. And here, just needed to be a little bit more patient. But it ended up working out. Let's see what they want to do. Now we're coming back to that same exact little zone that was very, very critical. Well, I mean, the shorts are taking a bit of dominance posture here. I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to end up like that, GM. But what's hot right now is the shorts. Today's Friday, right? Yeah. It's all this action is just the first hour of the day. It's the first hour of the day. And these are the trades that we took. And we are 23.47. And let's work. Channel one, channel two. I wouldn't be surprised if they run it up here. I mean, that just a run up and a close at 659.60. Yeah, 60 would be interesting. Yeah, here we go. 136 into 45. Yeah, there's gonna be some noise coming into the system here. So the market is just consolidating. They just put on another cloud that's a cloud positive. They're probably going to spend a little bit of time running up to 50, bringing it back in. They're going to do the chicken dance, right? Here it comes. What's in sync and in harmony is the short side. So I'm not exploring a long side. I'm looking for a short side plays. It's just I need something a bit more manageable as far as risk without a lot of noise. A potential captain set up short on ES. Actually, they did few of them. Let's take a look. Look at that bad boy. Right here, one. If they close this one right here to 26.75, then that would be a captain setup short. If it runs it up, then no. But we need this candle to close lower, and that will set up the stage for a short. Yeah, they just did it. They just did it. Okay, we'll see how strong that short target is. 122.75. I'm gonna keep playing small amount of contracts here. So ones and twos, if I see something really significant, I'll just add to it. I'm not gonna start with a five and a 10. Yeah, here you go. Oh, Captain set up switch trade on ES. That makes it even that much better of a signal on the short side. Boom. Here they come. Here they come. Retesting that 16,000. I mean, 12,600, excuse me. Man, oof. I saw that. I saw that, Yanis. That was a that was a good one. And then they came and retested it and put on the transitional zone, and then off you go lower. That's a 50 pointer. Yep. And it just everything kind of came together, especially with that captain setup switch trade on ES. It really kind of got everything cooking. And poof, they're gone. They are gone. All right, so what does this mean? That mean we are breaking channel one, channel number two of this upward momentum. We're stair stepping down into lower prices and into the prior channel. It's a negative behavior. However, I would not be surprised if they would start defending in and around that 550. How would it look like? Hitting those levels and producing a complete 200 NT wrinkle reversal. That will tell me, okay, they're putting the brakes on. Right now, there's no brakes. They're just stair stepping it lower. So the market is in sync on the short side. I'm only going to be taking those type of signals. If the market disconnect, then I need more information and I hold back, and then look at rallies as a shorting opportunity with a 100 NT wrinkle reversal. So that's the mindset. Or right here or a little bit lower, they reverse the 200 NT wrinkle. Then that put me in a potential opportunity to kind of trade the long side. All right, so then now the market is out of sync, 200 and 100 out of sync. So you got to either come back down to 71 or run up short of hitting 646 and retrace back. One of those things need to happen. Or you break that level, then we're looking at scalps long. One of these things got to happen. All right, I don't know if you guys you guys heard me, but the market's out of sync, and either we break 646 and a quarter, and that will make this structure long, or we run up short of that level for six. Yeah, 646. Anything short of that and reverse on the 100, that will be a short signal. Or right now, reverse to 571, and that will be a switch trade short. But wouldn't be too excited about getting that one. Ooh, hold on. This candle here, if it closes, I'll take it here quick and I'll put a stop right there. Nope, I will take it right out. We should have seen 2 to 3 candles in our favor very quickly here. Yeah. It looks like that's the case right now with this price action. I think I'm opening my range a little bit more than I need to in this market. I think I'm going to put on one more trade. If it's profitable, I'll continue, and if it's a stop, I will stop for the day. And I will wait for a transitional zone trade. Nothing fancy. I mean, this is Captain Setup Switch trade. They typically will give you 2 to 3 candles in your favor quick. Here, they retested it and ran it up. Ran it down. So it's most likely it's going to do what I expected it to do. It just is doing it in a formation that is noisy. There you go. Yeah, one more trade. Let's see. So what we're seeing here is just they're walking it down. They keep rallying this thing up just enough, and then they just walk it down, walk it down. Yeah, the shorts need to kind of break that 70. We got very close to it. Okay. So every little rally, they're coming in and reversing it and shorting it. Not, I mean, the market is in sync, so that right here is a good top end of the cloud. They keep hitting those levels and just selling off, selling off, selling off. And we saw this behavior early on. So this has been a consistent behavior throughout the day. A switch trade right here. So we should see a push towards 60 and lower. Here it comes. At least you got 60 out of it. That's 5 points. Let's see if they hold the line here. Nice. So yeah, it's a bit noisy, Yanis. I mean, it's they put on that switch trade right here, consolidated, and it's just walking the price again. Look at it, another switch trade, another switch trade. So they're doing a lot of this kind of work, and which is tells me that there is some fight going on here. They're trying. Yeah. I mean, now they're picking up some steam. So everything is in sync on the short side right now. So we're there at no point beside that pump up here that we got, beside that one, market breaks and it breaks down. I mean, it's breaking. I mean, ultimately, like we talked about 240, 450 is an important level. 12,450. You got 400 is an important level. They could come in here and just pause it. There's a lot of things that are going on here, but we just have to follow. I just have to follow the system. Just simple as that. Even the small stops that I took, I mean, they would have been this would have been profitable. I was in a protective mode, equity protective mode. Uh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So how's everybody doing so far? Taking a roll call here and checking on everybody. How's everybody doing? Brian, how are we doing? Sheila, Yanis, Kirk. Good to see you, Kirk. Martin, Mike, Alex, up 125 on Brian. How's Martin doing? Mike and Alex, GM. Sorry to hear that, GM. It's one of those things that the day's not over. We've seen it. We've seen it where they make things look so desperate on one side, and they just flip it. We've seen it a million times. So I never discount the shorts. I never discount the longs. I try not to even develop an opinion if I can help it, and just listen to the 200 and the 100, and listen to the vibration of the market and how it's moving and how it's behaving. How is it? Who is it trapping, and how are they trapping those people, and to what degree are they doing it? When there is a room for them to for the longs to be rescued, where would that look like, how it would feel like, and what prices would have to be challenged in order for that to happen. Just keep playing that mental game and get in sync with this market. Yeah, those are on the short side, right? GM. Yeah, Martin, you're waiting on the upside. Okay, I got it. Well, what has to happen for that idea to start working is you need a 200 NT wrinkle complete reversal. If that happens, then that gives you the protection to start buying the dips and look for a rally, which in essence what I did in the first trade that I took today. Yeah, that's how they usually do it. Is the only issue is I they have to show up, right? Right now they're getting run over. So they're just gonna have to find a bottom and reverse and then test that reversal in a meaningful way and hold it with a higher low in order for a base to be established. So in essence you are will you're putting a consolidation range in order to trap more shorts before you flip back up. So typically bottoms and tops are not a one price event or not a one candle event. It's a multiple candle events, and it's a process of developing a range in which you trap people and trap their stops, then move in the opposite direction. So we haven't seen that happen yet. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just, I have to see that whole process unfold before I start feeling, thinking in terms of a long. Our instinct, which, well, I mean, okay, let me use a different word. Our inclinations that betrays us as traders is to see something that's doing this. Here you go. Let's make it even look more attractive, like this, and say, okay, well, I'm going to be ahead of it. I'm going to come in there. We have a high here, another high here. I'm going to start getting short at 72, and I could add to it at 80, 823, and also add to it at 877. And, hopefully it will work. Or you start saying to yourself, okay, well, it ran too much. It's due to correct. Then you find the market just do this, and it just like literally from that point, it's 150 points against you. And because we're always looking for the premium, the best fill and the top of things, because if it's almost like a trophy. Oh, you know what? I'm telling my friends around the cooler, hey, listen, I had that trade where I picked up the absolute top of that move. Look at me, how great I am as a trader. And it just always puts you in a place where you're always against the trend and end up having to take a big drawdown and a high degree of inconsistency. I mean, that same idea, trust me, a lot of people, here you go, right here. It's like, oh man, look at that. Look at that. A high, another high in market failed. We came here and failed. We're coming here one more time. And now look at this. They're coming up. I need to get short against that high, against that high, and against that high. And I'm going to add to it. Well, look at that. You couldn't have added enough to not blow up your account. So, can I avoid trying to predict the turn and wait for the turn to happen? It will save you a lifelong of headache. Let the 200 Intiunco reverse. It's not a trade. It's just the definition of an environment. The fact that this is reversing is not the trade. The trade is what happens after that. You have 200 and 100 are in sync. Okay, definition of environment. Definition of behavior is a new transitional zone. That's even that is not the trade. The trade is what happens after you define that area. Now it's time to find the signal. It's either spear trade, trigger trade, captain setup, whatever it is that will teach you, and then you start going in that direction and manage your risk. So the market needs to do a lot of work for me before I commit to it. Yeah, yeah. Like I was telling GM earlier on, we've seen markets that look so desperate and so short just to see a V recovery and a market that just literally shoots to the highs. I wouldn't put it past anything, but I'm gonna have to trade what I see right in front of me and discontinue my opinion of what could happen, because what is right now is the market is in sync and short, and it's moving in a slow, predictable manner. So that is where my mind needs to reside. My mind needs to be focused on that idea and not focused on the idea, oh, the turn is about to happen. The turn is about to happen. It may happen. If I go short here, it may happen and catch me. That that's my mind focused not on what's happening. It's focused on what could happen. Two separate things. When your mind is focused on what's happening and you take advantage of it, you're in harmony with the market. If you're thinking in terms of what could happen, that's not the structure of the market right now. So the market could turn, but right now, what's available to me is structure that is short. So trade that till the market tells me otherwise. How would it tell me otherwise? It would tell me that with a one candle reversal on the 100 NT wrinkle. That's how it would tell me. So right there, I would say, okay, hands off the shorts. Let's see if the market get back in sync. That's when I know that I need to stop going short. Focus in trading is very critical. They're definitely coming in down to levels that you would think that they would mount a defense. I mean, look at this right here. Boom. They put a captain set up long right here. That was a beauty, but it looked so desperate coming down here. And look where it went. Same thing here. Look at that. Look at that. That is just, I mean, that's actually a better example, Martin, to what we're talking about. I mean, look at this is like in your face 100, 2, 3, almost 400 points of nothing but pure selling. And it is desperate because people who get caught here, they just cannot find the bottom. And they keep literally averaging and averaging, blowing out, blowing out, blowing out, blowing out, till the market is done. And it decides that, okay, well, I'll put on a one candle reversal, I'll retest it, do it again, retest it, and boom. People got swept in the shorts, got short here just to be swept back up on the other side. The majority of the people. If you just waited for the 100, 200 and you go to reverse, you start to have better probability of succeeding. Again, it's not the trade. It's just the beginning of defining the environment or definition of environment. Then you go to definition of behavior, then you go to definition of a signal, and boom, you start trading. A lot more effective way. We're noticing another thing right now, which is the quality of price movement. It's slower. It's gradual, slower, but it's measured without any expansion of the ranges. So that tells me that it's orderly selling that's going on right now. That's orderly. Okay. So unless something spectacular shows up for me right now, we are up $9,522.92 for the week. And for the day, we're up that 2099. We were up a little bit more, but it's a give and take here in this market. You got to take some, you give some. We played the game, and that's how I'm ending the day at 2099 if nothing spectacular shows up. But if it does, I'm here. You're here. We will make it happen. Yeah. All right, guys. So also, if you feel like this room or our read of the market has helped you in any way, share the stream, comment, subscribe, like. Every bit of that help the room continue and help it distribute to the most amount of traders out there. Because ultimately, the reason for me doing this is to show you what we do on a daily basis in the room. and we help a lot of traders out there make sense of this price action. So I'd appreciate it if you comment, subscribe, like, wave if you wanna wave, and hopefully you made money. Actually, Frida, thank you for asking that question. I am in the later stages of completing the NT8 conversion, and we have bits and pieces of it already out there, and that is the bit of it right here. So that's the Harmony trading system on NinjaTrader 8, and there's a little bit more work to do on that, and we're testing it. But I'm excited about releasing that to all of you guys fairly soon. Also, I'm adding new features in the NT8 that will add to our edge and advantage. There's a lot of ideas over the years that I wanted to include in the new version, and I'm implementing that in this NT8 one. So that's coming soon. I don't have an exact date, a specific date, and the reason why is the process of developing a software. You have to put all the code in, then you have to test it. So I could tell you I'll be done within a month on the coding, but I am very diligent about spending as much time in different environment and test every aspect of the system and compare it to the NT7, and making sure that everything is supposed, because I'm going to put my money in this. So it needs to work flawlessly. So it, that process could take me another month. It could take me another 2 months. I don't know. I just have to go through that process. Okay. But I'll let you guys know. So, I mean, as we get closer, and not only that, but what's exciting is I'm adding automated systems in it. And that's the part that's going to take the majority of time, is when I start automating like a switch trade, the inception trade, captain setups, things of that nature. It's gonna, those are going to be later releases, but the structure of the software we're going to be released first. Then we'll go into developing the automated systems. So basically, a lot of the ideas that you're seeing, uh, my vision of it is it will be automated. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. So, and also, I mean, if you look at those symbols, you're looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we could customize this to trading current currencies. You trade in futures. You could trade in stock. You could trade a Bitcoin and crypto. Well, some of the troubles that people have when they try to semi-automate with even ring into Rinko is the fact that the open is not a real open uh, on that chart. See what I'm saying? Like, you're because every time a candle closes, it shows the next one opening at at a price that the price did not go there. And then you have to really work through offsets to factor that in, so your system can work effectively. But that's just some of the problems you're probably experiencing when you're trying to automate. So the point is here, you test, you test, you test. And I'll keep you guys informed. I'm excited about getting that going because ultimately it's going to benefit us all, and especially when we go into the automation part, because then it's almost like you, when you automate, you almost like, when I say automate, this is automated in the fact that it provides you with signals, but automated execution where you almost hired an employee to work for you versus you are sitting here executing everything. You let the machine execute, and we have the idea, and the machine does what it does best, which is to execute. So all these things are happening. um, there's progress, and I will keep you informed. And Frida, you said, sometimes NT crash or lag. Be honest with you, I've seen NT8 and NT7 crash and lag. I think every system out there will crash and lag. Um, I've seen a lot of great things in NT8 that NT7 doesn't have. And ultimately, we are, that's why we're making that conversion. Hey, Eric, how are you? Good morning. All right, so what are we seeing here? Let's focus on trading, and we're seeing this bleeding effect in the market. 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side. The price action is slow but predictable in the direction of the shorts. 'Here we go. So put a switch trade right here, and they're pushing. So when I see stuff like this, I'm asking myself, okay, when that's a bullish behavior, what are they doing against that bullish behavior? Are they coming and tested it, or they just flip the candle and continue to go higher? Because that tells me what's happening here. Because look what they've done. They made a low, a higher low, a higher low. They came in and took all that structure down right here, and now it's a forceful move higher. That tells me there are serious buyers that accumulated, and now they stopped selling, and the market flipped. Now, the 200 and the 100 are out of sync. So now I'm not interested in going short. What would make me interested in going short? Two things. One, a complete reversal back to 507. That's condition number one. Condition number two, market runs up short of 598. So, I mean, it could go to 70, 60, 70, 75, then reverse on the 100 NT wrinkle with a full candle reversal. That will get me interested in going short. What happened if we break above that 600 then I'm looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity, and I'll be scalping that type of behavior because we are coming into this transitional zone that could pose as a resistance. So I will undertrade, I will put my size to like one or two contracts, and I'll scalp that behavior. But I'll be more interested in, or I will be interested in longs versus short at that point. And we'll go from there. So one of those three conditions is going to happen here. And then I have a plan ready to trade it. All right, so what's happening here? What's happening is the market is back in sync on the short side, and they're putting a captain setup here. And in this run up, we are gonna try to look for an entry point on the short side against that 57. I'll do one contract or something here. Ah, all right, so it's slow. I'm gonna just watch this signal happen. So the entry would be 38, and we're looking at 30 and lower. Here it comes, and against that 47. I'm not gonna take it here, but we'll just watch it. It's just price action slow, and that and ultimately the stop is 75. So like it should have taken 1 to 2 candles already by now. It's spinning its wheel right here. So that's slow. Here we go. It's 85, and let's see if it gets down to 30 here. Got to 33, 34. Here you go. It's like a delivering a baby. And we should see a burst of energy. We're very close to the stop, and they're trying to protect it here. Ultimately, that captain setup short right here is a good protector of this structure right that we are in. And you should see like a boom, a burst. To target number three. Target number three is 23 and a half. Okay, well that one worked. It's just I don't like the price action here. Here we go. Target number three is hit, 523 half. Yeah, delivering a baby. That's the baby's here already. So they hit target number three and bounced it back. Okay, well that's just a quick scalp. So the structure of the market was in sync. You had that rally, you had the reversal, you have the retest, in and around target number one into target number three, and that trade just ran down to 23 half. You took the inception and you got an inception trade with a captain setup too. So I mean, you got a whole lot of things going on here in this area that tells you Yeah, let's play the game on the short side. No, no, I know, Omer. I know that. Are you talking about this captain setup, or because that captain setup is an inception, and I know it happened before the market got in sync. Then the market got in sync and ran and retested right here, and that's the one that we were looking to get involved into. It ended up working out. On the retest, you took two contracts. Okay, good for you. It's a good trade. It's a good trade. Here we go. Switch trade right here. So the expectation is to see another burst of energy toward that 25 with a stop above 45. And here, most likely, you'll see a little bit more noise. It's just the fact that things are slow. Things are slow here. You're not seeing a lot of forceful momentum, but what we're seeing is the market. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What did I just do here? I, that was a manual mistake. Okay, so you see this market running up like that and disconnect and then reconnect. And that is just that type of behavior. And we saw that switch trades like, man, typically that's a bullish behavior. We're establishing a new transitional zone. Let's see how well they hold on to this price structure. Hey, good to see you, Adam. I mean, here is another potential at 528 and a half. They close that one. That'll be a switch trade, and we're expecting target number three and potentially a burst of energy lower to the 20 and the 15. If this candle that we are in right now closes lower, and the stop of that rotation still that high of 560. So 200 and 100 are in sync. You have a captain set up short on ES, and that needs to be protected at 4104. If they close this candle lower here at 4100, that will trigger a captain setup switch trade short. Yeah, there. So they did not close that candle here. Okay. So the market is disconnecting here, and then we are going to be looking at it to reconnect. Adam, Adam, I just want to make sure that you're watching because I want to show you something here. Just let me know that you're watching. Okay. So that's NT8, and that's the harmony. That's the clouds Aura clouds on NT8. So that part is already programmed in here. Now we're working on the swing trade indicator. At that point, once that is done, we're going to add some modification and improvements on some of the logic, including adding some features to both the swing trade indicator and the Aura Cloud that's going to it's going to add to our existing edge. Okay. Once that's done and tested and then released, we're going to go into the process of working actively on automating some of these signals and have it to auto execute. So that process is going to be a little bit lengthier because you're dealing with automation, execution, all that good stuff. But swing trade indicator, this one right here, this one, the targeting system. Oh yeah, okay. I get you. You're gonna use that program. What is it called again? Oh, Bloodhound. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Anyway, just wanted to kind of keep you abreast because it's very important to you and it's very important to me to get this thing done and just kind of keep you posted. All right, we have about a minute to the top of the hour, and it looks like we're gonna end up the day. Here we go. So we're gonna end up the day, and I'm not gonna come back to the later session and trade anymore. It's Friday. Friday, I typically like to kind of hit it early and just be done with it. So we ended up taking a long, then bunch of shorts. And I noticed that my shorts, I took some stops, but a lot of them are just I got caught up in the noise. But anyway, at the end of the day, this is what matters, and it's 2099. And for the week, that's for the week. We are up about 95.22. And for the calendar, like a rotating month, what is that? I mean, today's the third. I mean, let's go from the second. It doesn't matter anyway, but here we go. All right. So these are all the days we are being consistent and profitable throughout all of it. And basically, I'm showing you this month because a lot of that stuff is on YouTube. So all these days are live on YouTube. And that we're up a 164, 129 from the second to this month, the third. So that's how we're ending today and the rotating month. That's it for me. All right. And here we go. I mean, let's just kind of run the market here one more time. A switch trade right here, basically a close above 71. We're very close to it. We'll get the market out of sync and we'll set the stage for a retest of the 600 and potentially a reversal that could take us back up to 650. Then the market will retest. Here we go. So that's the first stage right here. So the longs need to protect this level, 534.5. So buyers are stepping in. Let me tell you why I think that's the case. Beside the obvious, you have the captain setup, you have the continuation trade here that worked. Right in this zone, we were looking for a continuation of the transitional zone, meaning we lost the transitional zone. We need an establishment of a new one because that would got us into a state. Basically, we already defined the environment. Now we're defining the behavior, but the behavior never showed up. It never showed up. Okay, and what behavior that showed up is they establish another or a cloud, and they establish a new transitional zone, and boom, they shot up to target number three. So that right there kind of protected me from engaging in the market any more short than that. I mean, there was a switch trade here that gave you 5 points, but beyond that, you never gotten any more trades on the short, and the market boom took off. Now the market is disconnected, and if that structure here, which is anything uh, 555, if that level holds from 555 to 40, that 15-point range, that holds, then this price will go to 600. And once it gets to 600, it will retest and jump to 25 and 50. All right, I'm going to keep the room open for a little bit, and let's just see if that scenario kind of present itself, and then kind of go from there. Because I know some of you guys are, on stream and other places are watching. You don't have access to this, so 597. Yep, 597. So let's see if we get there, and we could go from there. Hey, GM. Um, I'm gonna run a couple of errands. It's gonna take me a couple of hours, and I'm gonna, send you a text and a message and see if we can get on the phone and talk. Does that work? Yeah, maybe he's not around. Yeah, they're playing a game. They are playing a game. The longs need to show up. This is the bottom line here. They need to really bring it up to 600. They're pulling it back right here, and the market is out of sync, but it will be in sync again if we hit 534 and a half. Well, well, well. That captain setup, Omer, is not there yet, but if it does happen, and we got very close to it happening, I mean that I would think, especially with a wick. I mean, let's take a look here. Especially with that wick, the way it's displaying itself, it's good for a run up down to 500, and potential breakdown that could take us to 450. But that has to happen. That has to happen. Once that happen, and if we do close below that 33, I want to come into the 20 into Rinko and get into a fresh transitional zone. Then it's a good risk to reward plus good management of that trade. So we'll see. I mean, the market can give you the impression it's going to do something, ends up doing something else. But the condition to re-enter the trade on the short side is a market that closes at 33, then a new transitional zone that builds up on the 20 NT Rinko, then an actual signal to measure and manage risk. If the market doesn't get to 33, then we're looking for the other scenarios, which is a break above 600. All right, guys. So that's it for me. So I gotta go start, heading toward lunch and to enjoy the rest of the week. Hopefully, you guys done well. If you have any questions, let me know. You know my email. You know how to hunt me down, right? And have a blessed weekend. Relax, enjoy, reset, and we will do this again on Monday. All right.